When we've got Notepad++ downloaded and installed, a good thing to do is to actually do some very simple configuration. Okay, we're going to be writing a language called HTML, Hypertext Markup Language. So we're going to be writing in tags or elements around certain parts of the content. For example, we want some part of text to be in a paragraph or a large heading, or insert an image and so on. Okay, so because we are going to be writing a lot of these tags, HTML tags, it's a good idea to do a bit of configuration, which is going to save ourselves a lot of time. Okay, so if I just jump over to Notepad++ here, let's just have a think about what's the story here. Okay, first of all, notice we've got a .html file here. Okay, so you're going to have a lot of .html files here. So notice when I click on the word HTML here, you can see the triangular tag brackets here, and notice it's turning purple. The reason it's turning purple is because we have a closing half of the HTML tag down here. Okay, we'll try a shorter one there. You can see that closes like that. Meta here is what's called a self-closing tag. It doesn't have a backslash meta. Notice the closing end just has a forward slash before the same word. So title / title, and then we got the bracket here, and you can see the opening bracket here of the opening half of the tag is in red here, and then you can see that the closing bracket of the closing half of the tag is in red here. So there's the start and the finish of that particular piece of markup, or that particular tag, or that particular element. Okay, so you could hopefully you'll appreciate that if I want to create a title tag, or I want to create a H1 tag, I know I'm going to need this bit here, the closing half. So it'd be nice if we could get Notepad++ to generate it automatically. Okay. Similarly, if I am going to, for example, supposing I had a H3 tag and I want to write some style for it, you can see the closing bracket has appeared there immediately. I haven't typed it. Okay, so that can save us a bit of time. Okay, and here's a H2. Okay, so automatically generated. Okay, so that's all to the good. And then a tag that is self-closing, like image tag or the meta tag or the BR tag or the HR tag, they don't automatically generate a closing half of the tag. Okay, so they can be handy to do. We might have some text like this. Okay, what do we notice here? We've got quotation marks, and when we got a set of double quotation marks, we know we've got to close that set of double quotation marks. When we have a single quotation mark, we don't necessarily have to close that. Okay, we can compress words together to form one word, two words in that. Okay, or we can use it as an apostrophe. So it's nice to be able to automatically generate those. Okay, they're all going to save us time, and we want to write code as efficiently as possible, i.e. we want to spend as little time as possible writing code, and we want it to be right first time. Okay, so how do I set up Notepad++? I go into a few of these things here. Okay, first of all, if we're going to be writing .html pages, it makes sense to go into the language tab here, and you can see the H is selected here, and then I've got HTML here. Okay, so that sets up Notepad++ to be automatically disposed towards writing code as efficiently as possible in that programming language. Now, okay, so that's language. If we go to settings, okay, and then we go to preferences, we have some very useful things we can do here. Okay, a lot of these, you probably never use them. Don't worry about them. If you don't need them, we won't worry about them. We're interested in particular in auto completion. Okay, So I'm gone through settings, preferences, auto completion, and what I want you to do here is I want you to make sure that's clicked. I want you to make sure that's clicked. I want you to make sure that's clicked. Okay, so what they will do is they will suggest words. Okay, and we look at this in a second. Okay, and also auto insert. Okay, I want ordinary brackets to close automatically. I want square brackets to close automatically, and I want curly brackets to close automatically. I want double quotation marks to close automatically, and I want my HTML tags to close automatically. Okay, and I'm not picking, I could pick that if I want, but I'm not going to because we saw it's a fine day, apostrophe S. Okay, so we don't necessarily have a closing one. So I'm going to take OK on that. And then if I start typing a word like, okay, you can see these words are appearing here. Okay, suppose I want to make a text box. Okay, so IN, and then you can see it here. Okay, so it saves a bit of time. A word like placeholder, again, you can see that's all quite time consuming. Quite time saving rather, should I say. Okay, so that is the story there in terms of just using this as efficiently as possible. Okay, so settings, preferences, auto completion. Bang, 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 bang. That's what you need to do. Okay, if I want to then go and Control S to save it, if I want to view this in the browser, there's a couple of ways to do this. Okay, you could actually just go in here in the folder. That's kind of a little bit time consuming. So what we can do is you can view current file in the browser. So there it is in Chrome. Okay, or if you go to run, depending on the version of Notepad++ you have, you could actually make your own shortcuts here. Okay, the problem with that is a lot of the easy kind of structures are going to be 0. So this says Control Alt and Numpad 0. Okay, or I could click on it there. Okay, or okay, Control Alt Numpad 0. I must have made that Control Alt 0. There we go. There, that's coming up there. Okay, so probably for the most part, if you're working on a web page, okay, this is the easiest thing. You can use the mouse to go to the View menu, or you can just press the Alt key and then notice the V is underlined, and then press V, and then use the down arrow. You might find that quicker. Okay, keyboard shortcuts can generally be quicker. Okay, there it is there. Control plus magnifies, Control minus shrinks. Okay, notice line 36 is appearing over 2 lines here. The text is being wrapped. If you want to turn that off, you go to the symbol underneath the P in plugins, and you can see 36 is only on 1 line now, but we have to scroll across horizontally. That could be a little bit of a nuisance, so typically you'll have what's called a word wrap. Okay, if you put the mouse over, you'll see what the feature is called. Okay, a lot of these I never use. Keyboard shortcuts too means you don't need to look up and make sure you're pressing the apply place. Okay, so for example, press a key here. Notice these have turned blue. That means the save is active. Save all if you've got more than one open. Okay, what else do we notice? That the little disk symbol here has gone red. Okay, so what I can do here is I can either click on that, save. Okay, let's make another change. I can go to File, I can go to Save. Okay, like that. Or I can take the shortcut Control S. Okay, notice as well we've got a little star there, which means we haven't saved. Okay, so we've got 3 ways to know we haven't saved. Star before the path way at the top, blue disk here and red disk here. Okay, Control S makes that red disk blue, make these blue disks grey, and gets rid of the star. So a couple of shortcuts.